another rant. Okay, I need to another rant. Last year, I went to London and we went to the British Museum, right? So in the British Museum, they have a section, by the way, funny enough, they separate Africa from Egypt. In the British Museum, you can go and visit the Egypt section, and in the basement, you see the African section. I'm going to leave that uncommented, okay? So, however, that's not the point I'm trying to make. In the British Museum, in the Egypt section, they have like actual tombs, like with bodies inside. Okay, there's particularly one of a queen that is quite in the middle of the room, and it's not sheltered, it's not protected. Anybody can go there, touch it, whatever. It's a big hall. People are loud. People are shouting. They sit down anywhere. They eat. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. In Egypt, in the Grand Egyptian Museum in Giza, you behave yourself. You behave yourself. There are employees of the museum everywhere here. They make sure you do not sit down on the statues. You do not inappropriately touch the statues. You do not do things you're not supposed to do. They put respect on their artifacts. They're like, you can come and look, no problem, but respect yourself. And I like that, but it shows that when the British came to steal those things from Egypt and brought them to the UK, they're just like, it's here, it's fine, it's not that deep. But in reality, how these artifacts are being treated in the country they belong to is so different than in the country they were stolen into. Because Egyptians, they're like, this is precious. Of course it is precious. So you put the respect on those artifacts. You respect it, you treat it accordingly. And the British are just like, we don't give a shit. Also, something I really, really like all over Egypt, it's not just in the Grand Egyptian Museum. If you are an Egyptian, you pay like maybe 30 Egyptian pounds, 40, 50, 60 Egyptian pounds to enter places. Like 55 Egyptian pounds is like €1. So you can imagine you pay like maybe 60, 70, 80 cents as an Egyptian when you're coming here. When you're a foreigner, in the Grand Egyptian Museum, you pay £270, which in euro, that's still fucking ridiculous for what you're seeing. But I like the division between, if you're a foreigner, you come in to see our shit, you pay accordingly. And I like that because, yes, exactly. And if you're wondering if they control it, yes, not once, twice, multiple times. When we went to the Valley of the Kings, they have segregated entrances where this is where the Egyptians go and this is where the foreigners go. And if you're Egyptian or from any North African country or from Jordan, from Syria, if you're family, basically, it doesn't just apply to Egyptians. If you're not African, you present your North African ID, Tunisian passport, Moroccan passport, Jordan passport, whatever the case may be, and you pay the same as Egyptians. Because we're family, right? You're family. But and they check it and they see, oh, okay, welcome home. And you go through the entrance for the Egyptians. But if you're a foreigner, you go to the other entrance and you pay like multiple times the price of Egyptians. And I like that because not only did the Western world come here and steal shit, they also refuse to return it one, and secondly, they have this audacity that we do not need to protect it. It's not even their own and they don't need to protect it. But when you come to Egypt, the rules are clear. Don't fuck around, don't misbehave, and pay your shit. And I like that. Because in the media is always like, oh, Egypt is like sucking tourists' dick. No, it's not. Yes, Egypt heavily depends on tourism, but that's that.